Static methods. All right, so here we have a class A, and it has this seemingly function more than a method. It's a function. See, it doesn't take self, and all it does is return 10 times x. Pretty boring function, obviously here just for its pedagogical purposes. In any case, this function is actually inside the class. Well, when we know in general, when you put a function inside a class, it becomes a method, and it takes self as its first parameter. But you can declare a function in a class as a static method. A static method might be more thought of as like a static function. It's a function now, basically. I can call it as class name, not instance name, class name dot function name, a dot f. And I can use it outside of the class. Notice I'm outside the class as any other function. So really, it really is just putting a function inside a class. Why would you want to do that? And the answer comes down to namespaces, because it's totally true that instead of, well, let's actually do it this way. Let's copy this code and go over here and paste it. So instead of this, I could totally do this. Just make it a top level function and just call f. Get rid of that. Maybe I'll just pass here, and it still runs. So this code here is the same as this here. But by moving it inside the class A, I no longer have print f. I no longer have a top level function named f. That's the key. I'm not polluting my top level namespace. So if I had another class, say class B, which was unrelated to A, and it had its own static method of f of x, return 100 times x. I can now have A's f and B's f, and they are different. And yet, at the top level, I've still not polluted the namespace. So the idea is, when you're creating a class, you might have some helper functions that are useful for creating that class's behavior. They're not instance methods, they're really functions, but they only exist to service that class. In that case, put them into the class as static methods, and you won't pollute your global namespace. So those are static methods.